rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As you all know that weekly twice we come with English sessions in which we will try to understand and learn, discuss some important issues. Today, in few minutes, we will discuss regarding the concept of Eytekaf. Eytekaf, it means that staying in masjid for forgiveness and for granting or for the pleasing of Almighty or for getting forgiveness and for repentance. It may be of three types. For the sake of Almighty, if a person stays in masjid, it is called as etikaf. It is somewhat similar to if employees are doing strike until and if their demands are not fulfilled, they will not be they are not going to stop the strike. So in the same way, the person who is in etikaf, he claims that or he intends that he desires that until I get forgiveness, I will not go from masjid. So this type of concept, this type of method of staying in masjid, it is called as a etikaf. Now, there are three types of etikaf. One, it is called as a optional or nafli etikaf. Whenever a person enters into masjid, if he has a intention, if he says nawaitu sunnatul etikaf, so the nafil etikaf starts. And if a person says with this intention, if he stays in masjid, so till he stays in masjid, for his every second he will get a good deeds equivalent to 10 equal deeds. And his 10 darajat will be elevated and his 10 sins will be forgiven. So like this, if a person stays in masjid for 1 hour or for half an hour, so he will get unlimited blessings. So this is called as a nafil etikaf. The moment if a person goes out of the masjid, this etikaf will end. Now another type of etikaf which we call it as a wajib etikaf. If a person promises to Almighty, if any of his work gets completed, and if any of his work gets completed, then I will do etikaf for 1 day or 2 days like this. Suppose if I get a good job, if I get successful in solving this problem, if I get rid of any loan, so I will do etikaf. This is called as wajib etikaf. The moment if a person gets any of this benefit, if his work is completed, so because he has promised to Almighty that he is going to do etikaf, so the same etikaf will be compulsory for him because he has promised. It is called as wajib etikaf. Now, what type of promise he has said, he has proclaimed, similar to that etikaf he has to complete. Suppose if a person has said that I will do etikaf in so and so masjid and so month, in that masjid only he has to do the etikaf. If he said that I will do etikaf in Muharram, in Shaban, so he has to do etikaf in that month only, in that day only. So like this, this is second type of etikaf which we call it as wajib etikaf. Third type of etikaf, which is last, it is called as a sunnate mauqida alal kifaya. Now this etikaf which we do in the last 10 days of month of Ramadan, it is called as sunnate mauqida alal kifaya. The word kifaya is used is because if any one person from a complete city, from one area, from one locality, even if one person does etikaf, so it will be from all the people. On behalf of all the people, one person is going to do etikaf, then it is a responsibility is completed. If no one is going to do etikaf, then everyone will be held responsible. So like that, even if one person is going to do the etikaf, then it is sufficient. It is called as a sunnate mauqida etikaf. Now, to do this etikaf on 20th of Ramadan, that is on 20th fasting, before Maghrib, before sunset, he has to enter into masjid. And till 29th of Ramadan, if the moon is sighted, at that time he can come out of the masjid, or after completing the 30th fasting, or that is 30th Ramadan, he can come out of the masjid. That is totally 9 to 10 days he has to completely stay in masjid. So this is called as a Sunnat-e Muakkada Eytekaf. So broadly, you can classify this concept of Eytekaf into three categories. One is Nafil Eytekaf, whenever you can come, even it can be for 5 minutes or for 10 minutes also. Second one is Wajib Eytekaf, which is called as for doing any of your work, or if you promise that if I do this or if my work is get done, I will do etikaf. This is called as wajib etikaf. Last one is sunnat muakkada etikaf, which is done in the last 10 days of Ramadan. Now the major difference is last two, that is sunnat muakkada etikaf and in wajib etikaf, fasting is compulsory. If a person is not going to fast, then this sunnat muakkada etikaf and this wajib etikaf will be invalid. It becomes a end. But in case of nafil etikaf, you need not have to do fasting. Even without roza also, you can have this nafil etikaf. That is, whenever you come in masjid, you can say nawaitu sunnat al etikaf, your etikaf starts. So this is a major difference. Another important thing is, because in masjid, eating or drinking any kind of liquid items, maybe it is water, even zamzam also, it is not allowed. It is prohibited. Even to take rest also, that is sleeping in masjid also, all these activities are not allowed. But the moment if a person has an intention of etikaf, if a person is doing etikaf, for him it is permitted that he can eat, he can drink, even he can take rest in masjid. So apart from that, for a normal person, it is not allowed that he cannot eat, drink or take rest in the masjid. So this is a few important basic things about etikaf. Tomorrow in coming sessions we will discuss about women's or our female sisters doing etikaf in home. What are the issues relating to that? Similarly, if what are the reasons when a person can go out of the masjid? Even if he go out of the masjid, his etikaf will remain. And what are the conditions the person goes out of the masjid and his etikaf will break? So all these details we will discuss in our coming sessions. May Almighty Allah bless us and give us health and success in this blessed month of Ramadan. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. صلاة وسلام عليك يا رحمة للعالمين صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين والحمد لله رب العالمين.